Welcome back. Lioness Season 2 Episode 4 opens with Joe sitting down at the CIA after just leaving Bliss. The CIA doesn't quite believe her when she recounts the events of Episode 3's last scene. Joe asserts that Josephina wasn't forced to join the program, although that isn't exactly the case. The decision to fire Josephina is not a concern for the higher authorities because she is far too valuable for that. Rather, it's figuring out how to keep her both content and productive. Caitlin cautions Joe about taking too much control away from a soldier who has been educated to think freely, while Joe is chastised for taking her eyes off the ball. No one wins if you are overly domineering. A 4x4 follows Joe on her way back. She asks Kyle, who lives nearby, to look at the plates, which belong to a special agent. The mysterious man is discovered to be collaborating with Mexican authorities when the two pursue her and block the vehicle to stop it. He demands to know why they have been at the border and sobs at her about how Team Lioness handled the kidnapping in Episode 1. Joe won't tell him anything, as we might anticipate. The agent said that the cartel is already aware of what is happening because the rescue effort made headlines. Then he threatens her, saying that he can have eyes on her everywhere she goes with only one phone call. Although it's obvious that the two are keeping information from one another, he wants to collaborate with her rather than work against her. After an organ removal procedure goes awry, we cut to Neil, who is feeling the strain at work. In addition to being given a card, the contents of which are unknown, he is also left to inform the parents of the deceased girl who is lying on his operating table. Even though Lioness Season 2 is just halfway through the season, it has already delivered some devastating blows. The primary theme of the binge-worthy TV series is to take down the Mexican drug gang Los Tigres, which is allegedly under Chinese intelligence control. Cruz, a well-known character, is reintroduced to us at this point in the show. She was shocked by her experiences when we last met her in Season 1. After saying that Joe's leadership had turned her into a monster, she quit the team. She is therefore not quite happy when she gets home and discovers Joe in her kitchen. Two people lash out at one another over their common history, criticizing each other's handling of previous missions. At the end of the day, though, Joe is there to win her back. She describes Josephina's problems and how Joe only has faith in Cruz to control her. Josephina needs Cruz to follow up if she is unable to get rid of her own family. Cruz says she's out, as expected, but there's a catch. It's either quit or pack up time because Joe has already assigned her back to the Lionesses. Before you can blink, she's back off to Bliss in the new TV series. The CCTV that was set up at the start of Episode 3 is being watched by the rest of the team, where Josephina makes an effort to connect with the other people. She appears to be at work, providing them with sound intelligence and judgment based on their observations. However, it is brief since Josephina reveals that the sooner they finish this task, the sooner she may return to Iraq. Our enigmatic Mexican agent informs Kyle that the cartel is running a warehouse close by. Joe thinks it's a setup right away, but Kyle says Caitlin has already approved it. Another argument with the CIA results from Joe's rage that she isn't making decisions for her team. Scope versus budget is the issue, and Joe's strategies haven't been generating enough revenue.